Today is World Autism Day. It is a chance to try to bring awareness, acceptance, and understanding to this disorder that affects so many people. We also want to try and spread kindness along the way. There's so much to learn about autism spectrum disorder and the people and families affected by it. So we bring in one of my favorite people, an expert, Carrie Ebert, a speech language pathologist and also parent of an autistic son who is a grown-up now. So Carrie, let's just start there. Let's start with Aaron. What I would like you to do for people who don't know about you and your personal connection to autism, just tell us about him.
Sure, thank you. My son Aaron is now 19 years old. He was diagnosed back in 2007 when autism was very much considered a tragedy. And so it has been quite a journey for my husband and I and our two neurotypical daughters. My mom has been a big part of raising Aaron as well. And so I am very passionate. I not only travel around the country helping others better understand autism, but this is part of my home life as well and has been for 19 years.
All right, we've been showing some pictures and video of you talking. You do a lot of speaking all over the country, working with one of your clients. But you sent me some really great infographics, and our producer Lisa Felton said, oh, I really like that one about her son, and using that to sort of highlight how every single person with autism is different. So I'm going to pop it up on the screen right now and just have you walk us through. Oh, actually, this is a different one. This is my favorite graphic that I asked you to send. So it goes through the things that autistic children do differently. So just go through the list for us here. You created this.
Sure, you bet. I think a lot of people assume that autism is something that needs to be fixed. That, you know, when my son was first diagnosed in 2007, they were looking for a cure. We now understand that being autistic is simply a different way of being human. And so we just need to better understand that autistic children develop differently. They acquire their milestones differently. They certainly play differently. They process sensory input differently. They acquire language and they communicate differently. They experience the world differently. They learn differently, and they interact with other people differently. I think the most important message to really send is that autistic children are different, not less. And that's a really important message.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite phrases, different, not less. Okay, now I'm going to see if we can pop up the stuff with Aaron, because you use this, and I first saw it on Instagram recently, fairly recently. We have a picture popped up now of Aaron when he was little, and what you wrote here was something about how he had this intense interest in letters when he was a little kid.
Yep. Around 2.5 years old, we realized, wow, Aaron, who didn't really have any spoken language yet, he was spelling words, and I mean big words like astronaut and observatory. And so, like many autistic children, our son Aaron is hyperlexic, and that just simply means he was reading at a very, very young age, but his language skills and his comprehension skills didn't match his decoding skills, if you will. And so Aaron really has been my greatest teacher through the years. My son has taught me more about autism, more about my profession, more than any course I've ever taken, more than any book I've ever read. And so I continue to learn from the greatest teacher, which is an actually autistic person. And he is a wonderful human and a wonderful teacher.
One of the other things you posted in that series of slides was that, so on the one hand, he was hyperlexic, he could read, he could spell out all of these huge words, but then there were other areas in which he was not only not ahead of his peers, but behind. So something really simple like getting dressed.
Yeah. One of the things that is so important to understand about the autistic neurotype is that autistic individuals often have a very spiky developmental profile. And so what we find is that with autistic children, they don't meet their developmental milestones in this linear manner that non-autistic children do. So all of those milestone charts that we see at the pediatrician's office, you know, where they'll say, oh, at 1 year old, your child should be doing this, at 18 months old, at 2 years old, at 3 years old. A lot of those milestone sheets just don't apply to autistic children because they have spiky developmental profiles. So they may have some skills that are far above what is expected for their age level, and they may have skills that are far below what is expected for their age level. But we don't say that autistic kids are behind. What we are trying to help people understand is that they simply develop differently. And so we need to meet autistic children where they're at and build on their current skills and really think about their interests and their sensory needs and really support the way that they learn.
All right, Carrie Ebert, speech language pathologist and mom and great teacher to me personally. Thank you so much for being with us. I always appreciate your time.
Thank you so much, Erin.